Good morning everyone from Las Vegas, Nevada, home of popular casinos, amazing hotels and architecture, and this adorable thing. Today is Friday, and what better way to start the weekend than to visit the world-famous airplane shop right here in Vegas. This is my first visit to this shop, but I have been to their Miami location before. The reason this store is so well known is because it is the headquarters of the largest die-cast plane model manufacturer in the United States, GeminiJets. Because of this special benefit, the store showcases lots of GeminiJets models in both 1:400 scale and 1:200 scale, with some displayed models being the first the company ever produced. I'll show you what I mean by that in a second. Anyways, let's get into it. Although it doesn't look like much on the outside, I can assure you this shop has a lot more to it than meets the eye. As I walk in, I'm greeted by many employees, including the GeminiJets president himself. Now that we're in the main room, we're exposed to the vast display of models that are stored neatly in clear glass cabinets. There's also a massive model airport diorama which showcases two of the large 1:400 scale GeminiJet satellite terminals and mats. Below that are even more models hidden away, these ones being 1:200 scale. Next to that are even more 1:200 scale models, these being the turboprops, CRJs, and E-jets. Being somewhat of a regional jet enjoyer, I hopped on over to the display cabinets and took in the sight of so many little jet models in one place, half of which I didn't even know were ever released. Here's a full showcase of the 1:400 scale side of this massive display cabinet. There were even multiple shelves dedicated to showcasing only 747 models. Being a 1:400 scale collector, I found the sight of such neatly placed models very interesting and sat in that area for a little while. My favorite area was the one showcasing the regional jets and old-fashioned props. It was funny being able to spot some models I have amongst this massive crowd. I was hoping I could bargain for one of the United Express models, but sadly the displayed models are not for sale. Gemini also display many, if not all, of the Gemini Max military models they've released, as seen here, and feature another model airport diorama on the bottom. It was pretty cool seeing so many C-130s and other military turboprops in one place. right behind me, there was a very tiny section for Herpa 1:500 scale models, and above it all were a bunch of different Gemini 200 A380 models. Speaking of Gemini 200, the opposite side of the cabinet was filled with 1 to 200 models released by Gemini, half of which were 747s, some even showcasing the interactive features of individual models. The most fascinating recreation to me was this accurate 1 to 200 scale Boeing 747-400 Dreamlifter with an interactive tail that can open and close with a magnetic seal. And alongside the shelves dedicated to the Queen of the Skies, there were plenty of other 1 to 200 scale models. We'll come back to the displays later. Let's take a look at the actual store and its inventory. For starters, there are many 1 to 200 models for sale scattered around the store. However, the 1 to 400 models, being small, hence not requiring much space, were on the one shelf near the northeast corner of the store. There were plenty of narrow-body models to choose from, as you can see, from the smallest regional jets to the Boeing 757. I was happy to see a large variation between the different airlines here. I sadly wasn't able to say the same for the wide-body selection, as its selection was limited to the newest releases, with some older ones in between. A lot of the wide-body models were cargo planes, and with that came a decent amount of variation, I guess. Here, we can actually get a good look at the store and its layout. And in the very back of the store, you can see many boxes full of GeminiJets models getting ready to be shipped off to retailers around the globe. If you look up, you can spot many models in various scales that were on display, some of which were the F-35, A-10, F-22, a KC-35, and an SR-71, and many more Freedom machines. There were also some commercial 1 to 100 scale models on display on the adjacent shelf. Moving past the massive airport layout, there is another fancy display shelf with more 1 to 200 scale models. To the left was a small cabinet showcasing a select display of both 1 to 400 and 1 to 200 models and accessories. And directly behind me was a metal spinning shelf that held all of the store's JC Wings inventory, which consisted of some new and older releases. I was very surprised to see these models for sale, considering when I look on the store's website, they don't show that they have any JC Wings products besides GSE sets. Anyways, before I purchased the models I came for, let me present you with another relaxing montage showcasing more of the store's displays, because let's be honest, that's probably the reason you clicked on this video. When I went to checkout, I asked if I'll get 10% off since I'm a member of the store's loyalty program, and I've been given this perk in Miami multiple times. However, for some reason, this wasn't acceptable here. But since I subscribed to the store's newsletter, I was able to use a promo code I received and got 15% off my purchase. So, what did I get? Well, I'll be making a full unboxing of the contents of both my latest visit to the airplane shop in Miami and the one here. In the video, I'll unbox and review those models in detail, so stay tuned for that. I'll also be posting a full trip report of my flight to Vegas on the 737 MAX 8, which, like my other trip reports, will contain lots of detail and showcase the different aspects of the aircraft and my experience. Sadly, that's going to wrap up this video, but I hope you're as fascinated as I was with this amazing museum of Diecast aviation. As always, I'd like to personally thank you very much for watching, and until next time, fly safe.